Right guys, so if you're new to plumbing and heating, I've got 3 rad valves I'm going to change downstairs, just on the upstairs floor. So what I've done is I've turned the power off to the boiler, so the pump's not running, all that sort of stuff, because we're not going to be able to seal the system otherwise. Now what I have got, so I've got my drip stopper bungs, and I'm going to find the header tank, which is the smaller one out of the two. So that's the one that'll be feeding your bathroom and your hot tap, etc. And then this one is what is for your heating. So first of all, I need to bung, cap and bung. So I need to put a bung in here, which is the vent pipe, and then the other one, which is the outlet, which is feeding the system. So I'm going to put one in the vent. And what I tend to do is I will wet it slightly and then put it in, and then hopefully that should create a seal. And I'm just going to need the other hand to be able to put a bung in there. Right, so done that bung. Now what I've done, so I've got my rad valve and I've pasted it up just around where the olive's going to sit, get it ready, get it turned off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crack a nut open on the area that I'm working, so this radiator here, and we'll crack a nut and we'll start letting it just go into my tub here, and then hopefully that seal should create. So the seal was created and I've got the rad valve open, so now we're kind of free really to undo the bottom nut, and then we can swap this over. Right, so that's that one on. Now we should be free to go and work on the other one, so we'll go and crack on with them. Right, cool. So now I've done that, I can start filling it back up again. So all 3 of them replaced. You can hear the air being sucked back in, and then give it somewhere to fill, and then go and check. Right, so what I've done was I just left a towel just there, just to double check. Everything seems to be fine. So lovely. So I always forget to carry a screwdriver, and I needed to sort this out. I just opened this. I thought, oh, I wonder if this works. And it literally works. An absolute treat. So we've always got a bleed key in our pocket. Job done. Right, so just turned up to this Performer 28HE. As you can see, got 2 lights flashing, which is overheat. I'm just going by what's down here. Flame failure or block condense, or safety, like the overheat as tripped out. Now, if they're both flashing, from what I've worked out, is that if they're both flashing, then it could be something to do with overheat normally. So the condense is clear. So my first port of call is to reset it, give it a demand, and then I'll be checking that pump, see what it's like. Right, so as you can see, it's all fired up, running. Temperature doesn't seem to be rising too quickly. Let's get this opened up. Now what I normally tend to find is if that is literally gushing out, so if you've got loads of water coming out, then I tend to find that the pump will be weak because of that, because it's like almost like a head of water above it that it can't circulate. Now that's pretty strong, yeah, because I can't stop that. So what I'm going to do now is I've opened up the call for heating. I've turned off the hot water. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let it circulate round, and then on the return I am then going to see what the return's like, and see if we're getting any heat coming back, because it could be, you know, a blockage in the system, or it could be getting restricted, because the pump seems to be okay. It's not overheating very quickly, which is what I would normally expect if there was a problem with it. or with the pump. I normally expect that would get too high. Inside, it looks like it's had a new thermistor there for the central heating one. There's another one up the top. I was just looking at the wiring diagram. There's another one up the top, which I'll check as well, but I'm sure it seems to be okay at the minute. So we'll see what happens. So I'm back at this boiler, and basically on this one it's a Performer System 28HE, and what was happening was intermittently the 30 and the 40 would be flashing together. Now, just had a gold dust bit of information from Baxi Technical, and he was basically saying what you need to do, hold this into reset for more than 30 seconds, but he advises 45 seconds. So I've done that, and on this occasion it's worked. It's done like a factory reset on the circuit board. But he was saying if it doesn't work, then you'll need a new circuit board, and he always advises to get the gas valve cable as well, because it can be that actually does the circuit board in. So yeah, right. So I'm just at a main. Is it a main? Yeah, main combi, and reports of the hot water is intermittent. So sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. But yeah, so I'm just doing some readings quickly, just to make sure everything's okay, which it seems to be while I'm here. And then we'll get inside and have a look and see what's going on. I'm going to suspect the plate, but it's not going up as quickly as I would have thought. Could be the pump, but yeah, we'll have a look now. Okay, so running that for a little while, and it's come up with E50. So now I'll just go into Parts Arena and start having a look and see what's going on. Right, so a few other people have been out to this beforehand. So it's coming up with E50, which looking says that it's a domestic hot water temperature sensor. Now, if you have a look at that, that is new, and I know it is. It says on the notes left by the previous engineer. But you can see that these connections are a little bit green. I'm wondering maybe whether it's a bit of limescale that's stopping it from reading. Right, so what I've done, I've taken the leads off and just used these, obviously with the power off, just to get inside and just clean out the inside, because I think they were very red. Because what I was noticing as well was the temperature was not getting up anywhere near where it needed to be, so it was getting up to around about 40 degrees, and that's been a symptom that the customers reported as well, that the symptom was that they was noticing it wasn't as hot, but also it wasn't, it kept on coming up with E50. So okay, so that's what I looked into, that's what I've found so far. So we're going to leave it running, but what I'm noticing is obviously it's not cutting out at around about 40 degrees like it was then coming up with E50. So yeah, what I'll have to do is I'll have to go up and down a few times to the kitchen and just turn it on and off, and see how we get on. Obviously I'm noticing that this is rising, but I'm not concerned about that. I don't think there's a problem with the plate at all. So yeah, and I only came from one of these yesterday, and to diagnose the plate, what I basically done was get inside. If I can get that screw out, because I don't want to lose it. What I tend to do is I'll put my hand in the back and I'll feel across the plates of both sides, and I just want to feel. So what I'm feeling for there is that you've got the water hot water going in. Is it transferring across to go back up into the return to get reused? So that's why I touch it and I hold it, just to make sure that we've got boiling hot water there. It's not as hot on the other side, but obviously it isn't going to be, because the cold water's taking the hot water, using up the hot. So yeah, well, that's how I explain it in my simple brain. But the pump looks good, pump feels nice and strong, so I'm not concerned about that. But yeah, let's get into it then, see what else is going on. Cool, okay, so this is my third or fourth time trying it, just turning it off, letting it cool down, turning it back on again, letting it come back in again, and it's always hovering around about this 75, 76 ish temperature wise, which is absolutely fine. So the plate's good, it's not overheating, pump's lovely and strong, so I've checked that, So yeah, nothing's going down the bypass to the rads, which is there. No, that's stone cold. So yeah, I think we're okay, to be honest. I think it was just a bit of limescale build up on that cable, and that's what's causing it, because it's not doing it again. So yeah, we'll try it a few more times and stuff like that and see how we get on. And just to be doubly sure, 10 minutes later, we're still going. It's still sitting around about there. I've turned it off and turned it on again. It's like as in the tap. Doesn't seem to be causing any problems, whereas before it was coming up E50 every single time it was used, only getting up to 40. So yeah, hopefully we solved that. Exactly why you need to check these red seals. So now we'll just put it into high rate. We'll check that seal again, and also we'll do a gas rate and make sure everything's okay. Max. Same test again. Maximum. All good. And a quick tightness test before I go. Make sure everything's okay. Right, expansion vessel's fallen off the wall. Somebody put it back up the other day. They haven't recharged it. As you can see, pre-charge 3.5, so we need to go to there. Put in a new wall plug. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love that you guys are messaging me saying thank you, welcome back and stuff like that. It really, really means a lot. We will get some more videos up again, especially now that it's silly season again. Breakdowns are going to be coming galore. I've got a few different ideas on a few different videos. With regards to the car thing, I'm going to upload another channel, I think, and go through it that way. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll get into another video very, very soon.